minute since I dropped the video, but I want to get right back into it. Okay, if this is your first time coming to the Black House page, welcome. All right, everybody knows me as 500K Trey or Trey High Power. My real name is Travion Brandon. Okay, and I am the head portfolio manager here for Black House Management. All right, now what I'm going to be going over today is going to be our system that we trade within our within the company, which is the Confluence Profile 500K Model 1 of 1. All right, and specifically we're going to be looking at GC, and I'm going to be going over the GC higher time frame exhaustion print rebound long and the lower time frame entry confirmation. Okay, so we took two high probable setups today that total 3R and 16 points. Okay, now here at Black House Management, we only trade two assets. All right, both commodities. The first leading primary asset, which is going to be GC, and the secondary asset that we trade is going to be CL, which is crude oil. Okay, so let's go ahead and get down into it. So the market playbook breakdown. All right, now our profession is managing the downside cost of printing high side returns. This is how we approach every single setup, and when we come in, obviously to our desk every single morning. Okay, every single time we enter this market, the number one leading thought is, remember, okay, our profession is managing the downside cost first. All right, of printing high side returns. This is why we're in the business, right? We're in the business to manage the downside costs and print the high side returns. Now, remember, this is how we think. A small window of opportunity, calculated risk to reward. Okay, we're looking to capitalize on the small windows of opportunity with a highly calculated risk to reward. And one more time again. Okay, small window of opportunity, and then we need to have patience for the return. This is what we're focused on when we come into the market every single day. Okay, so the structural setup here on GC. Now, GC 1 hour time frame current PA, our bias coming into today's session was long due to the multiple failed attempts from sellers trying to purge MKL 4.2K. Yesterday's Asia session was unsuccessful. Sellers became exhausted and buyers developed. The overnight London session, sellers couldn't break Asia's value area low, the second major exhaustion from sellers on the higher time frame. So when we got to the desk this morning and noticed major support from buyers demanding higher prices, we just needed a lower time frame entry confirmation to target Asia's high, major key level 4.2K, and the descending external range liquidity trend line to the upside. Okay, so this was the structural setup here on the 1 hour time frame, the higher time frame. When it comes to the Confluence Profile 500K, 90 to 95% of our structural setups are going to start on the 1 hour. Okay, so the liquidity map, 6:30 a.m. New York Open, the auction opened up above the value area high. Okay, you can't see it, but right here, this is the value area high, this is the volume point of control, and as you can see, the value area low. All right, 6:30 a.m. New York Open, the auction opened up above the value area high, which ended up being a fake out for early buyers. Okay, 6:30 a.m. we were trading above the value area high. As you can see, we did not rise. This was a bit of an indecision candle, and then we traded back down into rotation, which was a fake out for early buyers. The auction did not yet accept value higher and traded back down into rotation. Notice the dark red time and statistics starting at the opening bell, 6:30 a.m. This is where we remained patient to get an understanding of direction. Remember, our higher time frame bias is long, based off the higher time frame, 1 hour. So we just waited until price trades back towards the edge of value, which was the value area high, to give us the highest probability of being on the right side of the expectation order flow. All right. So buyer's absorption. Take a look at the price action and time statistics before New York open. Okay. So as you can see, price action, okay, was trading, let's just call it around 550 to 555. Price was trading at the value area low. Okay, we rallied to the upside. The value area low was just called around 42.17. Price rallied all the way up before. All right, obviously this is pre-market NY. All right, price came up to, let's just call around 42.44. So 42.17 to 42.44. So 17, 27.37. So roughly, yeah, roughly about 30 plus points. Okay. So the market rallied 30 plus points. And as you can see here in the session delta is pretty strong. All right. Negative wise, negative 747, negative 783, negative 679, negative 718, negative 760. Right. But notice the session delta, which is also obviously the CVD, is staying pretty stagnant. Okay. But what is rising is price is rising. Okay, so the ask is 404, 406 relative, and then we double in volume in the contracts. We go to an 800. All right, right here in this bull candle, breaking up into the value area high. All right, we push back down just a little bit, and then we gain more strength right here at 682. All right, and then the delta was a positive 81. Okay, and then we have 630 auction open, New York open, when the auction opened right here. Okay, and as you can see, the volume on both the bid and the ask jumped to the 1,000. So we had 1,000 on the ask, 1,100 on the bid. Okay, and the delta went from negative 94 from 6:25 a.m. to negative 90, 6:30 a.m. Okay, and as you can see, this is a dark shade of red, letting us know that sellers are here and they are hitting the bid. Okay, and we are very aggressive. As you can see, we have this aggressive move to the downside. All right, so buyers rallied price up from the value area low to above the value area high. Ask and bid ranging from 400 to 800, delta ping-ponging back and forth. The session delta CVD remained basically stagnant. However, price rallied 30 plus points. Soon as a 6:30 a.m. auction opened, sellers tanked price back into rotation, the value area. So remember, we were trading above the value area high right here at the open. Okay, this was an early fake out. Okay, and then we came and swept out all this internal range liquidity, and we traded back down in rotation. We have not yet accepted value of moving higher, and so we traded back down into value. All right, 6:40 a.m. buyers bought price back up, slightly hitting the value area high, and sellers tanked price again, sweeping the 5-minute 6:40 a.m. low and mitigating the volume point of control. 6:40 right here in this candle, we push down. Okay, buyers develop off of the VWAP, and we push back up into the value area high. Sellers develop from this 5-minute level of supply. All right, this candle, we can call it a 5-minute level of supply. As you can see, I have out this little zone because it was on a 1-minute time frame. This is 1-minute time frame support and resistance zone. All right, 6:40, we push price back up. Sellers develop again. Okay, and we come in, we sweep out this 6:40 a.m. low. As you can see right here, we push down, we sweep out this low, we push even lower in this candle, mitigating the volume point of control. Okay, as you can see, this small red bubble right here letting us know that sellers were very aggressive in trying to push underneath the VWAP. Okay, we swept out this 6:40 a.m. low. Okay, and if you understand, right, we've been trading GC. I've been trading GC my whole career when it comes to trading futures. However, if you understand how the asset trades, the asset loves to, it's a lot of fake out and it's a lot of sweeping before the big move takes place. So we pushed up, we had the fake out, enticing early buyers to get long. We came and swept that out. We pushed up again, enticing buyers to get long, probably from all right here. We came and we swept out this low, because you can imagine, right, if buyers are trying to get long right here and attacking the value area high, attacking this high, where are they going to put their stops? Right here, underneath this low. So sellers developed again off of the value area high. We came and we swept out all of that. And in this candle right here, this is where the small window of opportunity started to present itself. Okay, and we're going to get into the time and statistics. Now let's get back to the reading. Okay, so 7:05 a.m. This is where buyers developed a stronger hand, and our small window of opportunity was getting ready to present itself. 7:05 a.m. The expectational order flow shifted in the time and statistics. Selling volume left from 1357 to 733. So let's look at it, right here in this extreme big bear candle, when we came and swept at the 6:40 a.m. low. Okay, this huge bear candle, the bid printed at 1,347. Very strong and aggressive sellers looking to take price lower. In the very next candle, it dropped from 1,357 to only 733. So it was cut in half. So all of the selling pressure left. Okay. And then look at the next candle. They got even lower on the bid, 448. Okay, so on these two candles, this bull candle and this bull candle, all of the selling volume left, because you can see right here, they did their best to purge lower. Right here in this candle, the sellers did their best to purge lower, okay, hitting the volume point of control. Once we hit the volume point of control, buyers developed a stronger hand, and this is where the buying distribution started, and this is where the shifts started to happen from weak seller hands to strong buyers hands. All right, so now that the move was complete, okay, we swept out the initial. All right, we faked those buyers out. Okay, we got more buying pressure. We pushed back up. Sellers developed. Okay, we pushed back down. We swept out this low, and now more buyers are interested. I apologize. Let me go back. Now more buyers are interested in taking this auction to a higher pricing. All right, and this is where these two candlesticks were the confluences that I wanted, that started to present our small window of opportunity. Okay, the delta flipped from negative 279 to positive plus 99. All right, so negative 279 in this big bear candle. All right, now the delta flipped to a positive strong 99. All right, the max delta jumped from 45 to 130. Okay, so the max delta in this candle, all right, was only 45. Now the max delta is how strong at one point in time the aggressive buying was in a bar. Okay, so in this 7 a.m. candle, it was printed only 45. The next candle, it doubled. No, it even tripled, all right, in volume to a dark shade of 130, as you can see right here. So that's letting us know buyers are really hitting, all right, buyers are really pushing and lifting the offer, okay, looking to take the auction higher. All right, and this is where we started to trade back towards the edge of value, which was the value area high. Okay, now remember, I want us to remember, right here in the reading, remember our higher time frame bias is long. So I'm looking for confluences and confirmation for a lower time frame entry confirmation setup to take this market long. Because remember, on the higher time frame, all right, the higher time frame, as you can see, we're trading right in this support zone. All right, this market is heavily being supported right here. All right, now 7:10 a.m. the bid recorded 448. Sellers lost the battle, and PA started rising back towards the edge of value, the value area high. Sellers did their best to purge price lower, but buyers absorbed all of that liquidity, and the auction shifted the order flow long. Okay, the entry confirmation at 7:10 to 7:15 is when we took our first position long. Once price broke above the support and resistance price level 4232.5. 4232.5 is this black horizontal level right here. As you can see right here, 4232.5. This was being used as a level of support and resistance. So we came up, we used that as a level of support, we pushed up, okay, we pushed down, we used it as a level of resistance. We kind of got rejected, we pushed back up, okay, we rejected, we pushed down. All right, and then once we broke above 4232.5, okay, with a 15-minute confirmation candle, this is when we decided to enter. All right, so now let's just look at it from a blank canvas on a 1 hour time frame, okay, without all the noise. All right, let's make sure we have good, clean, and clear screen real estate. So if we just look at the key levels on the 1 hour time frame, we got 4.3K, 4.25K. I don't know why I didn't have it out my MKO. And then we have the major key level 4.2K. All right, so in quarters. All right, so 4,200, 4.25K, and then we got 4,300. All right. Now, as you can see, price rallied up. We hit 4.3K. We came down. Well, first we pushed up. We came back down to 4.25. We pushed up 4.3. All right. And then we started to hit the value area low. We came back up during New York. Okay, this was December 1st, I believe. I think this is Sunday's price action. We pushed down underneath 4.25K. London, we pushed back up into Friday's value area low. And look how the session volume profiles, look how we're just ping-ponging back and forth using these levels as level of support and resistance. Simple textbook. All right, this is textbook. We pushed back up into the value area low, which was, I apologize, the value area high here during New York on Monday. Okay, we got smacked down very aggressively because this was Friday's value area low. We pushed down just above 4 point, we broke above 4.25K, but it wasn't candle closure above. Okay, sellers immediately got aggressive and we pushed down into major key level 4.2K. All right, buyers push price right back up 4.25K. We're just ping-ponging back and forth. This is simple textbook strategy, and we're also respecting this descending external range liquidity trend line. Okay, so it was just a simple play. So today went yesterday's Asia session, we're respecting 4.2K. All right, New York came up. We came into yesterday's volume point of control. As you can see, this is like a little level of support and resistance. Okay, we pushed back into yesterday's point of control on the session volume profile, and this current session's volume point of control. We pushed back down, okay, into the value area low, and as you can see, the value area low during London was unsuccessful at breaking the value area low. The price action, I apologize, the price action during London was unsuccessful in closing underneath the value area low. We're using this value area low on Monday as well as a level of support. Okay, so you can see, all right, these are a strong level right here as being used as a level of support. 4.2K is the overall higher time frame major key level. All right, however, the value area lows right here are very much being supported. Okay, and buyers are defending this and demanding higher pricing. So the bias coming into today was obviously long. Now this is a screenshot after we had already took our trade, but what we were targeting was this external range liquidity trend line. We were targeting the Asia's high, which was liquidity. All right, and then we were targeting 4.25K. So this is just a blank canvas showing you what exactly we were looking at. All right, so this was the actual entry. So as you can see, 6:30 a.m. All right, it was a failed breakout. We immediately pushed back down. All right, into value. Okay, as you can see, this is the volume point of control. This is the value area high. Okay, we pushed back up into the value area high. Sellers developed. We got aggressive. We came and swept. This is the 6:40 a.m. low. We swept that. We came and hit the volume point of control. Okay, and then as you can see here on the 1 minute time frame, we have a small level of support and resistance. Okay, this was that 42.32 level. Okay, and as you can see here, we have a 1 minute this indecision candle, but also this price action right here is basically a 5 minute indecision candle. Okay, so I would like to consider this a 5-minute, 1-minute level of supply that was invalidated. Okay, so this is why I took the entry. I had already done the job of sweeping this low. Okay, once we swept this low, we hit the volume point of control. This is where the time and statistics, they changed. Okay, we noticed how the strong buying volume entered right here. Okay, now at 7:15 on the 15-minute time frame, once we broke above 42.32, and I noticed here how on the 1-minute time frame we came up to this support and resistance level, we had a small reaction. Okay, and then we came and we reclaimed back above. Once we reclaimed back above, this is where I entered the market. My entry was at 233.4. Okay, and I gave myself a 5-point stop. I was only risking 1K, and my target was 4.25K, and this liquidity at 46.9. This was Asia sessions high, so I was aiming for this liquidity. All right, Asia session high. I was also aiming for the major key level 4.25K, and I was looking to target that higher time frame external range descending liquidity trend line. Okay, so we came up. All right, I entered. Once we had a small reaction. So buyers became very aggressive. We pushed price up into the level of support. We had a small reaction down, and then we reclaimed back above. I entered. We had a small reaction out, and then we just had a small reaction back down into just basically retesting this level. Okay, now the execution moment, the 5-minute invalidation of supply / minor support and resistance level. So these were the key confluences why I entered this position. So for the first one, we had the higher time frame 1 hour multiple sessions exhaustion prints from sellers. Okay. 2, we had a failed breakout early New York session and traded back into value, building buy strength. 3, 6:30 a.m. sellers were very strong for the first 30 minutes of the auction open. Time and statistics in the order flow changed at 7:05 a.m. when buyers developed the dominant hand. 4, 7:15 a.m. we got the 15-minute confirmation bull candle with buyers entering the auction. The time and statistics confirmed strong buy volume and retraded back up towards the edge of value, which was the value area high. And the fifth and final confirmation or confluence was I entered on the 1-minute time frame once we got a confirmed break above the minor support and resistance level 4232.5 / failed 5-minute supply, and I entered long with a 5-point stop and targeted major key level 4.25K. So here is the 1-minute time frame DOMA levels heat map. As you can see, 42.32. Okay, so we came and we swept out the 6:40 a.m. low. Okay, so buyers pushed price back up into the value area high. We came into this small level of support and resistance zone. We pushed back down. We swept out this low. Buyers developed right here, and we pushed price back up into this support and resistance level 232.5. We had a small reaction down. Once we had a small reaction down and we reclaimed back above this 1-minute indecision, this is where I entered the market, 233.4. All right, and I gave myself a 5-point stop. Okay, and as you can see now, we pushed down, we respected the level of support, and we pushed higher. We came back down, and then we reclaimed. Now we're floating. Okay, now we're just in management of the position. Okay, and as you can see, we're 2 contracts long, looking to target 42.50. All right, so this was my entry. We had a small reaction down. Okay, we came up, we had a small reaction down. Buyers developed off of this level, off this support level, all right, 232.5, and we took up to the upside. Okay, as you can see, the ask, okay, is in our favor, 487, 624. Okay, so this market is pushing low. This market is pushing higher. Okay, the order flow has shifted. Okay, and we're coming to purge this high. This is what we're targeting right now. This is the first major target, targeting this 6:30 a.m. high. Okay, that we failed, that it was a false breakout earlier. Okay, and now we're just targeting this. This is the first target. So we pushed up, and then we had a strong reaction back down off of obviously all of the selling that was trying to take place here. Okay, once we pushed back down into this level, I then went to go ahead and just secure one contract off the table. All right, I managed to partial secure, and I just left the remaining contract. Okay, and as you can see, I moved my stop to 37.4, and price continued to rise. Okay, so we, as you can see right here, we pushed up, we had a strong reaction back down, and we reclaimed right back above, and then I trailed my stop to 42.4. Okay, now we officially broke this high, and we're looking to target the second target, which was Asia's liquidity high, Asia session high, which is at 46.9. Okay, so I trailed my stop. Price didn't hit that high. We were, and then we were stopped out of this trade. Okay. Now I want to show you how I entered back. So, price came back down. I was like, okay. Now, once price broke above this 1 minute indecision candle, I entered again. Okay. So this was our second high probable setup long, the 1 minute confirmation targeting next major key level 4.25K. Okay, so as you can see, this is where we got stopped out at, okay, on the first trade. Okay, and then once price broke above this indecision, this indecision bull candle with this strong bull candle, okay, I entered. Okay, and I just covered the low, looking for just a simple 1-to-1. All right, to just try. So now we officially hit the Asia high, liquidity 46.9. All right, then I trailed my stop. As you can see, price continued to rise. I trailed my stop to the liquidity Asia's high. All right, and we ended up being we hit TP. We hit our target on this trade right here. All right, so price hit 4.25K. As you can see, price hit our target. All right, 4.25K right there. All right, and then we also had a big buyer into the market right here. So as you can see, the ask went from 1,000 to 1,600. Okay, the delta, it was a huge delta flip. So in this candle, from a negative 121 to a positive strong 381. So we pushed down. Okay, all right, this is where I got stopped out, but then I entered back again on this candle, and we hit TP. All right, we hit our target, which was 42.50. All right, and as you can see, huge buyers, these big green bubbles where buyers are looking to enter the market. All right, and hitting our target. Okay, so the first original entry was here, 33.4, and our target 42.50, and price ran all the way to the target. Okay, beautiful. As you can see here, price hit our target, 42.50. All right, so the trade flow. Price rallied in our favor as predicted and ran all the way to our original target, 4.25K, securing, I apologize, that wasn't supposed to be 26 points. That was supposed to be 16 points with 5 points of risk. 3 are on the day for both setups combined. It wasn't supposed to be 26. It was supposed to be 16. That's a typo on my behalf. Please excuse me. So we secured 16 points. All right, we secured 16 points with 5 points of risk, which was 3 R on the day for both setups combined. Now we capitalized on the small window of opportunity and managed to print a 3R return. Well done. 500K trade. So family, I hope that was a great informational for you. Once again, when it comes to financial risk management here at Black House Management, our profession is managing the downside cost of printing high side returns of money consistently. Okay, through any market conditions, done correctly, well, an abundance of fruit awaits us. Okay, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm going to be dropping in the description the Telegram. Please follow the company at Blackhouse500K. Please follow us on Twitter, or also known as X, at Blackhouse500K. And 2026, we about to print. We're gonna print positively. 500K trade. We out.